Adults learn best when they believe a learning program's content will help them achieve success on the job. You will have the best success as an instructor or course developer when you meet your participants' learning needs and maximize their learning transfer and retention. Here are 7 of FKA's instructional techniques for achieving optimal learning outcomes in your virtual classroom. Number 1. Give them a reason to learn. Prior to and during the lesson introduction, effective virtual instructors establish the learner's motivation for the topic. It is much easier for virtual learners to tune out, so establishing and maintaining learners' motivation is even more important in the virtual classroom. To be fully engaged, the e-learner must be able to answer the question, "What's in it for me?" or WIFM. We call it having them tuned in to the WII-FM station. Session objectives must be connected to the virtual learner's needs, as well as to organizational needs and goals. Ongoing strategies are used to maintain the virtual learner's willingness to continue learning throughout the session. Number 2. Involve them in the learning. Just listening to facts and information leaves learners passive, bored, and disengaged. Presenting content in this manner does not support retention in the traditional classroom, and it will definitely not work in the virtual environment. Effective virtual instructors provide opportunities for the virtual learner to develop and discuss lesson concepts. They use a variety of platform capabilities, such as chat, polls, whiteboards, application sharing, and breakout rooms to ensure interaction, collaboration, and learning retention. FKA's strategy is to engage the adult e-learner early and often in the virtual classroom. Number 3. Let them learn by doing. To maximize retention, lessons should be broken into small chunks and include opportunities to apply learning to real-life situations. This builds confidence and skill through practice in the supportive environment of the virtual classroom. Using application exercises that could include application sharing are often used to let e-learners practice during online sessions. Application exercises provide the repetition needed for learners to remember new information and skills and to increase the likelihood of recall and utilization outside the virtual classroom. One advantage of virtual learning is that e-learners return to work between sessions, which means they can immediately apply their new skills and knowledge back on the job. Number 4. Build on their experience. Adults learn by relating new information to their own rich reservoir of life experience and to the experiences of others. Effective virtual instructors use that experience by drawing examples and information from the group. E-learners can share their experiences and examples verbally one at a time, or all at once using text tools, chat and annotation tools. Small group verbal discussions can be planned using breakout rooms and summarized collaboratively using whiteboards. Number 5. Keep the learning environment safe. For some adult e-learners, attending an online session may be less intimidating than attending an in-person program. There is some anonymity built in. For others, the technology itself may be intimidating. Therefore, it's important to keep the e-learner's emotional safety in mind. Provide self-directed tutorials on the technology before the first live session, and build a brief tour of the technology at the start of the program. Conduct your virtual classroom sessions in a way that guards the learner's psychological safety while bolstering their self-esteem. Number 6. Provide them with constructive feedback. Adult learners want to know how they're doing, and virtual instructors can provide the same specific, immediate, and constructive feedback to their e-learners during live sessions as traditional instructors can in the physical classroom. There are always opportunities for virtual instructors to provide individual and private feedback to e-learners. Since there are no nonverbal cues, tone must be friendly, helpful, and conversational in both verbal and written feedback to the e-learner. Number 7. Provide a clear statement of the objective of the virtual classroom session. Lesson objectives should be realistic, measurable, and learner-centered. For an objective to be realistic, the e-learner must be able to accomplish that objective within the lesson time frame, which is typically 90 to 120 minutes in the virtual environment. The objectives must be measurable in order to determine if the knowledge or skill has been transferred effectively in the online session. Using action verbs in the learner-centered objectives clearly identifies the purpose and desired outcome of what the e-learner is expected to do by the end of the virtual session. FKA applies these adult learning principles in the virtual classroom through its systematic learning process. This is a powerful learning model that is comprised of presentation, application, and feedback, and each component is broken down further to maximize learning transfer. Friesen K & Associates is a leader in virtual learning and has been upskilling learning and development professionals for over 50 years. Visit our website at www.fka.com or call us at 1-800-352-5585 and see how we can help build your skills to maximize your effectiveness in designing, delivering, and assessing your online initiatives.